Hello guys, Geebuz here again. So I made this video about the Atreyu I got, the bow with cold damage for my M6 build. Uh, and in that video I was talking about this lightning build uh, that I've also been trying out. It's for the Demon Hunter that is currently ranked with number 1. I think it's still ranked number 1 on the solo Demon Hunter Greater Rift tier 45. He ran a lightning build as a Demon Hunter with the full set M6 bonus, but with Hell Trapper. So I'm gonna go over that build real quick here. So let's see. I'm just gonna have to change this back to full screen. Sorry. Okay, so the gear I have on this guy is not very good. I've just farmed up all the pieces. I don't have any taskers on this guy. I don't have any witching hour on this guy because I decided that I shouldn't switch around the gear too much between the characters because now I have two demon hunters. I leveled up a new demon hunter for my cold build. So I actually got these today, a new pair of marauder shoulders with sentry damage rolled on them. 14%, I could get 1 more percent. I have sentry damage on this chest. I do have elemental arrow on that. Because I will go over the build. What this build does is you basically have a smoke screen up all the time. Because you go with lingering fog, which increases the duration from 1 second to 1.5 seconds. And you have 2-second cooldown. And I now have 35% cooldown reduction, which gives me roughly 1.35%. Sorry, 1.35 seconds cooldown on that. So I have an uptime of 100% all the time, as long as I can keep regenerating my discipline. And as I said, the gear on this guy is not very good. I'm forced to use all 6 pieces of the Marauder set because I don't have any. First of all, I don't have any Royal Ring or Ring of Royal Grandeur, which is needed if you're running with the Taskers. I'm not running with the Taskers, so I don't really need that ring for now. But once I get a new pair of Taskers, I actually got a pair last night on my other Demon Hunter. And I just, Taskers, no crit damage, no crit chance, low attack speed, and like 47% increased attack speed on my pets. And I was like, well, nah, they're not better than the ones I already have. Thought someone was walking behind me. Oh, it's just a cat. Wow. That scared the shit out of me. Damn. Okay. Anyway, back to the build. Well, yeah, I'm easily scared. I can feel the hairs on my neck rising and everything. Yeah, so let me just go over the items I've got. Marauder head, 733 dexterity, 5.5% crit chance. I did choose to reroll the, I think it was like vitality or something, to get elemental arrow damage. And I have sentry damage on this, on the shoulders, 491 dexterity and reduced cooldown by 6%, and I got some area damage, is a good bonus. These ones, the Marauder gloves, 644 dex, 660 vitality, 43% crit damage, and 9.5% crit chance, and just some random secondary lousy stats. I'm running with an Untitled Perfection. I don't know why. I haven't gotten any better ring yet for this, and this one is just crap. It's a bit reduced cooldown, some attack speed, some dex and some vit. Nothing too good. The chest, dexterity, sentry damage, 11%, 1100 armor, 3 sockets. The neck, lightning damage increased 20%, 97% crit damage, 9% 9% crit chance and 733% dex. Whoa, that would be amazing. 733 dexterity. Sadly, I had to re-roll the crit damage because it was so low when I got the item. Otherwise, I would have re-rolled the dexterity to get a socket if the crit damage would have been higher. Moving on to the bracers. Lightning skills deal 20% more damage. Dexterity 478, 483 vitality, 6% crit chance. I don't use any abilities that knock back, so the increased damage taken by the mobs does not apply to this build. At least not for now with the abilities I'm using. Lightning skills, a Thunder God's Vigor with 14% lightning damage increase, 490 dexterity, 454 vitality, and 97 all resistance. Yeah, and I use this mainly because it's got increased lightning damage. Marauder legs, nothing fancy about them. Dex, vitality, bolus damage, I don't even use bolus. My boots, dexterity, vitality, all resistance, and 12% elemental arrow damage. The reason why I use all this elemental arrow damage is because of this, the meticulous bolts. Elemental arrow ball lightning now travels at 39% speed. That could be between 30 and 40. The lower, the better, because elemental arrow ball lightning looks like this, and that ball right there hits targets like bam, 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 all the time. So you want it traveling slow in order to get more, and you will see why in a second. This is one of the reasons why you want the ball to go slow, because 8% chance to hit to summon a spike trap, caltrops, or sentry. This item drops from the cage in Act 5 once you've completed all the 5 bounties. So it's a pretty easy item to farm. You could get lucky and get one on your first try. I had to go like 3 or 4 bounty runs before I got one, and I've gotten 3 or 4 so far, and this one is the best that I've got yet. And it can roll up to 10% chance on hit. Sorry, just 8. And this is pretty good. I would say it's pretty good. My attack speed 2.24. I don't know all about the different breakpoints you should have. I've heard 2.16 for two-handers, at least for the cold build, is a breakpoint, because then your turrets will attack 2.5 times a second. As far as I'm concerned, as far as I know, sorry. Elemental arrow damage increase 36%, 25% increased sentry damage, 69% increased lightning damage, so I'm actually at 1.5 million lightning damage right now. 35% cooldown reduction, as I said. Paragon points. Max out the movement speed 15% because you have the Marauder set, and you get 10% from the second set bonus of the Marauder set, which with the, I think it's the Boar companion, no? Ferret? Yeah, Ferret. The Ferrets collect gold for you, increase gold found on monsters and increase your movement speed by 10%, so you only need 15% on the Paragon points. And here I've actually put cooldown reduction first, and then critical hit damage and attack speed, because I'm above 2.16 attacks per second. So for core, just 15% movement speed, and then the rest on dexterity, because you don't really need vitality or maximum hatred. As far as I know. Sorry. Defensive stats, resist all, always first, and then armor and life. Life regen, you don't really need that, because, well, you can put some life on hit on utility, but first resist all, then armor and life. Utility, area damage, always area damage. Resource cost reduction is to be preferred. Now I'm at Paragon level 562, so I'm pretty much able to to put the points as I have right now. But area damage always first, offensive always get the cooldown reduction first, so that you can put up more sentries, you can put up more preparation, and you can pop pets and stuff like that faster. And also deals for leads to a better survivability because you can pop smokescreen more often and have as little downtime as possible. So yeah, that's about it for the build, or the Paragon points. Now for the build. I use Elemental Arrow with Ball Lightning for obvious reasons. Mark for Death Contagion, because you put it on one target and then it spreads. Once that target dies, it spreads, which is 20% increased damage for 30 seconds on all targets. Is amazing because it spreads to the closest 3 enemies and then it repeats itself over and over and over. I use Sentry with Polar Station because I have Color Weak, increased damage against slowed and frozen targets. Slowed or chilled, sorry. Smokescreen, Lingering Fog, to have the uptime at 100%. Companion, whatever rune you want. You don't even have to have a rune because you get all the effects once you pop that. Preparation with Punishment to restore 75 hatred and reduce the cooldown to 20 seconds instead of 45. And you don't really need to restore your discipline at that rate because you will get a lot of discipline from the critical hits because of this passive right here, Night Stalker. Critical hits have a chance to restore 1 discipline. Discipline is used to fuel many of your tactical and defensive skills. That one is one of the keys to this build to making it work. Archery, I've just chosen archery because I could, mainly because I get 5% extra crit chance, and every crit has a chance to restore discipline, meaning I have 5% bigger chance to restore some discipline, meaning I can keep my smokescreen up longer. I've also chosen Perfectionist. This is not recommended. I would actually put on Custom Engineering for the higher rifts because you can get more. Mark for Death is up, and Spike Trap and Sentry is up for 100% longer, and you can have 3 extra sentries. I mean 1 additional sentry, and you can have 2 extra sentries because of the weapon that I've got, which caps out at 2, so you can have 5 sentries. So you make up for the loss of the Bombardier's rucksack from the cold build. And then you don't really need steady aim because you're gonna be pretty much in the fray all the time with this build. Color Weak is, for obvious reasons, 20% increased damage against shield and slow targets. You could probably go with Awareness for the high rifts because you never know. Because once you go below 14 discipline or whatever you have, I think I'm down to 12 or 11 discipline cost on smokescreen. But once you go below that and you don't keep regenerating discipline, you will just die at 36, 37 plus, because your toughness is not going to be that high unless you put like diamonds in your gear. You don't need ballistics for this because you don't use any rockets. So yeah, there are a few you could use. You can switch them out. I like this way because Night Stalker increases the critical hit chance, and this reduces the discipline cost of all skills by 10%. Increase my armor and resistance. That is not really needed, but it's good to have some resource cost reduction as well. Archery because of the crit chance. Yeah, so that's the build I'm using. The actual build that guy used is actually slightly different, but he's more used to the build than I am, so I don't think he doesn't use Perfectionist. He uses Custom Engineering for that one. And archery, I think he's using archery, I'm not sure. No, he's got Awareness and Custom Engineering, that's right, because he plays at the high rifts. So yeah, let's see this build in action. Let's go to Festering Woods. and try to get into Crypt of the Ancients. And I will show you how this build works. So you put up these, and every time you hit something, you have a chance to actually restore discipline. As I said, I feel like I've said it like 2,000 times. Okay, let's see if we can find the Crypt of the Ancients. I think it's up here. So as you can see, my discipline pool, when you're meeting a single target, so at Rift Guardians this might not be the best. There are the cold build is actually more viable against single target because you don't really need to rely on your smoke screen. You don't need to rely on the smoke screen for this build either. It's just that I like to do it because I like to be invincible. It's a change of pace to play this one because it, as you can see, the balls travel pretty slow. So you don't really have, you can't really speed through or blaze through a rift at the same speed that you do with the cold build. But as you can see, my discipline is just keep stacking up, and there's nothing really you have to think about other than keeping the enemies grouped up in order for you to get the discipline. And yeah, so this is how this build works. It's pretty fun to play actually. Might take a little time to get used to if you've been playing the cold build like I have. But yeah, I think it's a pretty fun way to play this. If you have any questions, just feel free to add your question in the comment section below, and I'll try to see if I can answer some of them at least. I will do my best. And as always, feel free to add me on my battle tag. Geebuz hashtag 2982 is the one. And I'll see you in game. Until next time, have a good one.